Vegeta is a savage, man. This guy is a complete savage. I love this episode. So much substance, great animation. And next week, man, Vegeta's gonna have a hard time against Hit. It's Hit versus Vegeta, and it looks like Vegeta's getting his ass kicked, handed to him, and he could potentially lose. But right now, I'm gonna focus on the full review now that the subs came out for episode 37, starting off with Kaba. Now, we kind of already knew this already from the manga, but Kaba doesn't have a tail, in case you haven't noticed. So the Saiyajins, or the Saiyans, however you want to say it, from Universe 6, they're not born with tails. It wasn't that it was cutting off, but they just don't have it. So they most likely cannot turn into apes. And being that Kaba never even seen a Super Saiyan before Vegeta, it seems like the only person who, it seems like nobody, not even the king himself, can transform into a Super Saiyan from planet Salad, or Salad, or however you say it. I'm gonna say Salad, but it's Sadal. So now, one of the things that was changed was the stage. The stage was made bigger to reduce the chances of going out of bounds and falling to the ground. But one of the things that Beerus did was he told Wiz, remove the rule about arrow out of bounds. So you can, the characters are free to fly around and fight however they want. Now, why was this rule even created in the first place? It was because Vegeta, when he was fighting against Vegeta, it was to his advantage that there was this rule out of bounds in the air. So that's finally gone. Our characters are not handicapped anymore. They can go all out, except they can't kill each other, but they can go all out finally. Now, one of the other things is the Universe 6 Saiyans are called the Heroes of Justice. So they are hired, almost, you can kind of call it like a mercenary, but they are hired to protect people, to protect worlds, planets, and that is the purpose of the Saiyans, to protect other people. So, and they are from the planet Sadal. So that was interesting. They fight evil people. So they don't fight against good people because these Saiyans are all good, kind-hearted, kind of like Goku. They only fight bad people. So now you have the fight between Kaba and Vegeta. You know it's gonna be intense. And we're wondering, okay, what does Kaba have? What are his special abilities? And but before that, Goku keeps staring at Hit. He just like keeps staring at him, like just creepy stare, because he's curious about him. He knows that he's potentially gonna fight him next because he has faith in Vegeta that Vegeta is gonna defeat Kaba. Now, one of the things that I love, man, was the fact that they paid homage to the Dragon Ball Z. I mean, just the stand that Kaba was doing, his special stance, just reminded me of Dragon Ball Z. Really great respect to the Saiyans, and Vegeta was really happy about that. One of the things that surprised me was the fact that Kaba was able to do the Gallic Gun, Vegeta's Gallic Gun. Now the question is whether that was learned, whether Vegeta learned that back at his home planet, or whether Kaba learned that himself, or whether he saw Vegeta do it and then was able to pick it up, or who knows? Who knows how Kaba was able to do that, or most likely he already knew how to do the Gallic Gun, but he did the same technique, the same move, the same stance. It was pretty amazing. So it seems like Kaba and Vegeta are at equal levels when they're in normal form, our base form. So now Vegeta, of course, he's talking to Kaba, but he's getting pissed off because Kaba is telling him, like, can you teach me how to transform? And he's like bowing his head, and Vegeta, the proud Saiyan prince, gets angry. He's like, you can't even call yourself a Saiyan. You don't even know what a Super Saiyan is. You're bowing down to me during the middle of a fight like this. Makes him angry. Now, one of the things to remember is that there was a time when Vegeta couldn't go Super Saiyan either. So come on, man. You can't hate on this guy for not going Super Saiyan. I understand if the fact that he's saying, can you train me in the middle of a battle is pissing you off. But I mean, you weren't a Super Saiyan before, so you gotta give this guy a break. So he gets pissed off, he goes Super Saiyan and starts hammering at Kaba. Kaba can't take it anymore, it's too much for him. He can't hold it any longer. So he starts to give up. He says, I surrender. He wants to surrender, but Vegeta is not having it. He tells him, if you surrender, I'm gonna kill you. That doesn't scare Kaba off anymore. And now Jamsha and the people watching, like always, they think, oh my god, Vegeta is going hard on him. That means he must be turning evil again. Like, this is getting annoying. Like, at one point, I just wanted to stop. Vegeta is part of the team. He's not going evil, okay? Just because he wasn't helping Goku when Goku was fighting Golden Frieza doesn't mean that he's evil. Just because he's pounding on this Kaba guy doesn't mean he's evil. He's in a fight, all right? So Vegeta's turned into a savage. People think he's evil. One of the things that I found interesting in between that exchange is that they had a moment with Whis and Vados, where Vados was talking to Beerus and to Champa, and she was like, who knows? And then Beerus and Whis were talking, and Whis was like, who knows? So they're very similar. You'll see these similarities. Now there's this great shot when Vegeta is like holding on to Kaba. He was like, that's just a beautiful shot. He's pissing him off. And then Vegeta thinks, how can I make this guy go Super Saiyan? I know, threaten his family, make him angry. So Vegeta says, I'm gonna kill you, then I'm gonna blow up your planet, and I'm gonna slaughter your family. Oh, savage. This guy is a savage. He knows what to say to piss off Kaba. Kaba goes ham. He goes angry and he lets the anger out, turns into a Super Saiyan, and right away starts destroying Vegeta. Like Vegeta's not even really going full out right now, even as a Super Saiyan. But like Kaba's just going at him, doing like these classic Dragon Ball Z moments where they go into like slow motion and there's like these epic moments, like just beautifully choreographed, these fight scenes. There were definitely moments in these fights that I really loved. Now, freaking Vegeta starts to smile. He starts to smile in the middle of all of this because he's like, oh, like I'm proud of this guy. Like I got him to transform. There's so much potential in him. And then he takes it to the face. Kaba hits him and punches him. One punches him in the face, and Vegeta takes it because Vegeta is very strong. He can handle. So now Vegeta explains to him, Super Saiyans transform through their anger, and then Kaba realizes, okay, you were acting mean on purpose to help me transform. And then Yamcha was like, oh, I did that all along. Now, one of the great moments was Beerus and Chappa have like a little moment right there, and then freaking Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue. So now it's confirmed Super Saiyan Blue is the official name. That's the short version. This was confirmed back in the earlier part of this season by Whis. He called it Super Saiyan Blue, but now it's official. Vegeta called it Super Saiyan Blue. He talks about praying Saiyan pride. Now Vegeta just one punches Kaba. Kaba's out, KO. He's done. So now the fight is over, but Vegeta has this moment with Kaba where he says, Kaba tells him, I know the king of Sadao is a strong and proud person just like you. And then Vegeta turns around, he gives a smirk, and he was like, yeah, I like to meet him one day. Yes, this is the second time they've been hinting at this. So I feel like after all of this is over, we're gonna get to see a side story or arc where Vegeta goes to planet Sadao, which was the original home of the Saiyans from Universe 7 as well, except that got destroyed. But he's gonna have this moment where he meets the king, and how crazy will it be if the king of planet Sadao is actually Vegeta's father? Because remember, we are in a different universe, so they could potentially have their counterparts, like freaking Frieza has Frost. So potentially the king, who's also proud like Vegeta, okay, and strong like Vegeta, could be Vegeta's father, except in Universe 6. Now, whether there is another Vegeta, I don't think so, because freaking Kaba would have said something by now if there was another Vegeta lookalike. But potentially Vegeta, the king of Sadao, could look like Vegeta. Who knows? That would be really interesting. Now, Goku and Piccolo have a moment where Goku's like, why does the Vegeta not like me? Why doesn't he help me? And Piccolo's like, because you're annoying. And Goku's dumb head just couldn't understand. Hilarious, classic comedy. All right, now we're getting into episode 38. So the previews, I'm sorry, before that, even before that. So you have Hit is the last person. He's gonna be fighting Vegeta. So now you're thinking, all right, it's done. Like, Beerus must be worried, but no, Beerus says, oh, not to worry. There's 3 people left, but we got Hit, the legendary assassin. Like, okay, so here is where there is some irony. All right, so he says, how were you able to get Hit to join our team, Vados? And Vados explained to him, Well, because I promised him the cube, the transportation cube that the gods use. He was like, why do you do that? But the thing is, Hit is a mercenary. So wouldn't you be able to just hire him by paying him? I mean, that's what he does. He's a mercenary. He gets paid to do this type of jobs. So why do you need to give him the cube? You are the god of destruction, and by those you can create anything you want. You could just make a bunch of money and give it to him. So I don't know why they had to go as far as give him the cube, but that's potentially, the question is, why does he want the cube so badly? Whereas the other characters potentially want money, this character wants the cube. Now the cube is confirmed that it is a transportation of the gods, and they use that to travel around universes. So not just universe 6 and 7, which are like parallel universes, but they can also go to the other universes, which means they are, if assuming that Dragon Ball Super is successful, because we know that their crappy animation has, fans haven't been happy, but if they go many more seasons, this is opening the door to expand beyond just universe 6 and 7, but into other universes where potentially either Hit wins or something happens where he goes into another universe and then we have to chase after him or something. But it's there. It could be expanded. At least they brought the idea that you can travel through other dimensions, through other universes through this cube. So now you got the fight between Hit and we have previews. So in the previews, you see something interesting. Hit is not giving full punches. He's actually extending his finger like this. So he's hitting, it seems to me like Hit is hitting the pressure points of Vegeta. The reason why Vegeta is struggling, not only is he getting punched by Hit, he's getting pressure punched in the weakest parts of his bodies. So Hit is an expert fighter, not just in strength and speed, but in martial arts. But now, take into account the speed that he has, where people can't seem to see his abilities or his style of fighting. Like nobody can see it. Not even Jacko can really see what's going on with this guy. So it seems like this is one of the fastest, strongest characters besides Champa from Universe 6. Even Champa himself was surprised that he was able to get him to join the team. So things are not looking good for Vegeta. And the question is Hit an evil character? I mean, he kills for money. He's a mercenary. But is he evil? That's the question. And what are his inner motives for getting the cube, okay? Does he want to take over other universes? Does he want to become the god of destruction of potentially another universe? Who knows? I'm curious to see what's going to happen. But in the meantime, make sure you watch my review of Boku no Hero Academia, man. This episode 1 was amazing. You guys have to watch that video. And also, make sure you watch my review of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Episode 1. Another amazing episode. I love this series.